The last rays of the setting sun painted the sky in hues of fiery orange and soft lavender, but Sarah found little solace in the breathtaking view. Stranded on a lonely stretch of coastal road, the dying light only served to amplify her growing sense of isolation. Her phone, naturally, had a paltry 2% battery life, mocking her desperate attempts to signal for help. The car, a cheerful little convertible that had served her faithfully for years, now sat stubbornly silent, its battery as lifeless as her dwindling hope. She'd been so excited for this weekend getaway, a much-needed escape from the relentless demands of city life. Now, the prospect of spending the night alone in the deserted countryside filled her with a cold dread. A wave of frustration washed over her, a bitter taste accompanying the salty sea breeze that whispered past her ears. She kicked a loose pebble with the toe of her sandal, the small sound surprisingly loud in the encroaching silence. Tears pricked her eyes, blurring the already fading landscape. This was not how her idyllic beach escape was supposed to begin. She'd meticulously planned this trip, a reward for months of relentless work. The thought of the perfect beach house she'd rented, the promise of sun-drenched days and tranquil evenings, felt impossibly distant. The weight of her solitude pressed down on her, a suffocating blanket woven from disappointment and apprehension. She slumped against the cool metal of her car door, the rough texture a stark contrast to the smooth, sun-warmed sand she had envisioned herself sinking her toes into just hours before. The only sound was the rhythmic crashing of waves against the unseen shore, a constant reminder of her proximity to a place she couldn't reach. She considered her options, each one seeming equally futile. Walking back to the nearest town was out of the question. It was miles at least, and darkness was rapidly closing in. Her phone was almost dead, rendering her pleas for help useless. She was completely, utterly alone.